and welcome. My name is Michelle Wright. We are live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It is beautiful, as you can see in the background, and we are here for a live Live Your Vision Talk. And so it is my pleasure to be able to introduce Julie Landi and one of my fellow Live Your Vision 7 graduates, Deneidra Fontenette. Yay!
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Michelle. We are thrilled to be here because the reason we're here is because we're celebrating the class Live Your Vision 7, their graduation and their personal retreat. And it's actually quite a celebration that we're having. Hence the gorgeous location that we've chosen, and we are here for 3, 4, 5 days, some of us 6, being able to do some amazing things. Number one, celebrate all that's been happening here. And I'm so grateful. My name is Julie Landi, the founder of Live Your Vision, and I am hosting this show for the adventurous, faithful soul who knows there's more for them. So I'm thrilled to be able to give you a taste of what can happen when you decide to go all in, when you give yourself permission to see who God has created you to be. When you offer that opportunity, then you take it, what is possible. So today, I have with me the illustrious Deneidra Fontenette. She hails from Texas, and I'm coming from Atlanta, Georgia, but we met here in Idaho to be able to celebrate so much. But I want you to first just hear a little bit about Deneidra. Deneidra, will you tell us about who you are, a little bit of your background, and give us a snapshot into you?
Okay, sure. Hello everyone, I am Deneidra Fontenette, like Julie said, and we are live here right by the lake, so I'm happy to be here, really excited to share who I am and what I've learned from Live Your Vision. So I am a mom of 2 grown boys. I was going to say 2 boys, but they're men now, and 26 and 23, and I'm a speech pathologist, and I live in Dallas, Texas. Recently married, about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years now, coming in August, and I love people, I love helping people, and I'm just having an amazing time.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Dee and I, also known as Dee, and I are new friends, but fast friends over the course of this last year. I mean, we're buddies now for sure. The camaraderie is incredible here. That's definitely a side benefit of what we get to do, and actually probably more of a culture that allows for the growth. But Dee, can you tell us a little bit about why you even wanted to join Live Your Vision in the first place?
Sure. So a year ago, this time last year, I had a great friend who reached out to me, Lynn Ottenweiler, and she was telling me about this incredible program, that I needed to do this program and to give it some thought and give it a try. And I remember telling her, Lynn, as she was telling me about it, you know, she was saying, you're going to learn more about your strengths, you're going to learn more about you. It's just going to be great. And I love Lynn to death, but I had to tell her, Lynn, I know who I am.
You told me that too.
Yes.
You did, as I remember first on our introduction.
Right. Yes,
you said, I know who I am.
I know who I am. I know my strengths. Lynn, you know what I've done. And so I'm good, but I really wasn't. And it was, I was feeling like there was more that I wanted to do. I had started a business before and had a private practice before, and then sidelined that once I got married for other reasons, and wanted to start another business, but really didn't know what I wanted to do and how to go about it, or if I really wanted to do that. I was really kind of in a space of trying to figure out what my next move was, and was just sort of feeling really dissatisfied with where I was, but not knowing how to get to that next step. So I saw some of the videos, talked to Julie, and a little bit more, and just decided, okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. Dee is such an energetic soul, as you see. And one of Lynn's favorite things to do, as she always says when she introduces anybody, is, I love to have 2 of my favorite people meet. That's her opening line every time she does an introduction. And I was like, all right, let's see why she's Lynn's favorite. And sure enough, it didn't take long for me to fall in love with Dee. But even though she said, I'm good, I know myself, I got it, I'm all good, she was willing to go a little further. And that is always something that's so powerful. So some people come to us and they're really struggling and really have some hard times going on and really need reinvention. Dee was not one of them, to be honest. A lot was going on and going well for Dee at the time. So it was really more about her being honest with herself and going, is this everything? is this all I can do? Is this everything that we've got? So in any case, Dee decided, as she shared, to do a little further investigation. And I'm so grateful that she did. So she decided to join us, spent the year with us, and I was just going to ask Dee really what she thought some of the biggest takeaways were for her, because she was coming to us actually from a place of pretty successful, but you know, just wanting to know more. So tell us what you think you learned or really got most from the time.
So much I can say. I've learned so much about me, learned so much about my strengths and how to use them. But if I would say one thing, then it was being able to recognize resistance in my life. And that was huge. It seemed like something very, very small, something very simple. But the reason why it was so huge is because that is how things were keeping me from growing. I was allowing things to keep me from progressing without really knowing it, because I wasn't recognizing how resistance shows up. Resistance shows up in so many small areas of our lives, and to me, I attribute it also to Satan and how he works, because he doesn't want us to move forward. He doesn't want us to progress. And so the class helped me to pinpoint how resistance was showing up in not just my own sabotaging talk and limited beliefs, but if things didn't work out just the way I wanted them to, didn't want to fail or felt like I failed. So I'm really great at just going and changing course, but sometimes that's not what I need to do. I need to sit there and stay on the course, but just learn from what happens. But that's resistance also. And in my mind, I can tend to think, no, that's problem solving. You know, that's just me just changing course to be successful. Resistance, recognizing resistance helped me to see that you can't just move on sometimes. Sometimes you have to stay there. So that was the biggest thing. Once I started recognizing that, then I started seeing how much it was showing up in my life. Yeah. Then I started seeing how in little bitty ways it was coming up. It almost is like if you don't know your enemy, then you don't know how to fight it. So once I started realizing resistance being the enemy, then I was able to start fighting it. Then I was able to get the success that I wanted, instead of trying to avoid or just rest on, you know, what my strengths, or not just my strengths, but just rest on what I need. So that was probably a lot, but
yeah. No, it's awesome.
But that was one of the biggest things.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. Not only was it resistance and having to fight it, but wouldn't you say once you really learn to embrace that resistance and realize, wait a minute, these obstacles are not meant to necessarily stop me or change my course or derail me or discourage me, but actually they're the gateway.
Right.
And if I'll stay there, it's gonna be bigger than I even imagined. Now that's not the case in every situation, but honestly in many situations it is. We don't have the staying power to learn from what the obstacle is in front of us. And one of the things that we love to do is to look for that opportunity within the obstacle. Why is this here? So now I realize that's a tall order when you're all on your own. And that's a big issue. When you're trying to fight resistance or look for the opportunity within the obstacle and it's just you, then honestly, it is going to be hard to go it alone. So, you know, statistically, we have about an 8% chance of making significant change all by ourselves. That's why many of us don't do it. With a few things like accountability, support, tools, and guidance, that research says that up-levels our ability to make significant change as much as 95%. So now I'm going to bring it back to Dee and how she's made some significant changes with the company or the camaraderie of the Live Your Vision community. And in the small cohort learning mastermind group, it's a very tight group. We're actually here today, as we said, in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We're doing everything from jet skiing to tubing to boating to talent shows and projections of your future. So it's a little work and a lot of play. And we do that a lot to be able to kind of build the community and the camaraderie. So anyway, Dee has done some significant things and moved through some significant obstacles too, I will say that. We're not here to talk about her obstacles right now. I want you to hear from her personally what she feels like has happened since she embraced this new mindset and community and said, you know, maybe there is room for a little improvement in my life, a little personal growth. Tell us what's happened for you.
So I have the business I told you that I wanted to start. I've gotten some clarity on what that is. I've always had a burning desire to help moms, to help parents in understanding the harmful effects of excessive digital programming with their children. And I mentioned before, I'm a speech pathologist, so I love helping parents on understanding language development, how they can help their kids to improve cognitively and all of that. But once I got this clarity, because that's really what it was. It was like it was there all along. I had always had this passion all along, but the clarity was blocking it from it being free. So once I started, the resistance was blocking it from being free. So once I got the clarity, then I realized I want to help moms. I want to have a coaching program. I want to help them understand how harmful it is, what it does to their children, how it affects their brains, how even their relationship as being the parents, their relationship with technology really does hinder or can be harmful to their children. How they can build more connectedness with their families and their homes because of the understanding more of what digital programming and just being on screens and tablets, what that can do. So just being able to teach them and sort of, I look at myself as being like a tour guide through this parenting journey as I show them and provide them tools and strategies and education. And basically I am calling parents to be countercultural. It's really more of a movement. I'm calling parents to look at technology differently, look at how to be more responsible with technology. I'm giving them the education on how to do it. And you know, and I can go on, but it's just, it doesn't feel like a business. It feels like a mission because I'm doing exactly what's in my heart that I've been wanting to do, that I've been burning to do, but didn't have the clarity to know what that was. And so as I'm helping moms and talking to moms, they're now telling, so I launched the Facebook group 6 months ago. You want me to talk about that now?
Well, let me interrupt one second, because of course we had the airplane flyover. That's just the good stuff, because we are live. This is not canned. We have not practiced. This is it.
You see my hair?
Yeah.
Live. Like, there's the Blake right
We're in our bathing suit. Okay. So anyway, one thing I did want to mention is that Dee really has a heart to make a difference in the world. She didn't know how to put that together, as she said, and then combine that with her speech pathology background, her love for children, and her incredible resume of being able to really move the needle to create connections with parents. She herself is a highly connected individual, as you can tell. We've just clicked from day one. But it's not that Dee, correct me if I'm wrong, is completely against technology, because good luck. We're on technology right now.
Right.
So she's not taking a stand that you don't use technology, just take it away from your kid, because we all know what that does. That's just going to be like a war that you're not going to win this day and age, unless you go off the grid. But, you know, for most of us, we've got to learn how to use it responsibly. And then besides that, coming off the recent pandemic and the, you know, the COVID shutdown, there's been an increased attention or demand for our usage of technology. So it's become even more important that we as parents learn responsible technology use and learn how to guide our children in the practical ways of that. It's like how to make good choices with your food. It's the same kind of thing. It's how to make good choices with friends. And so Dee has become really the go-to girl in very short period of time on how to create connection in a highly technological world, because connection human to human. So anyway, I'm gonna turn it back over to Dee, because she's got some very exciting things. Number one, why don't you share some results that have happened since you've taken that stand? And that's one thing we really do encourage, is that once we do this individual personal development investigation, if you will, you take your stand. God's placed something in you that you know is burning on your heart. And even if it's not clear just yet, once it gets clear, you will not be able to stop sharing it. And that's really what's happened for Dee. So I'm going to turn it over to her as she stepped into that role of standing for what she believes.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because that's so true. Like, I had that desire to help parents, and I had that stance, but you know, without the strength of really seeing who you are, recognizing that this is something that God's given you, and that He's going to see you through. Without that, I was a little leery of, are people going to be interested? Is it going to be something people want? Or am I going to look foolish? Or, you know, people are going to laugh at me because everybody uses technology. But as she said, it's not about not using technology. It's about helping parents make better digital decisions for the betterment of their children and their family. So I launched a Facebook group about 6 months ago for that very reason, just to have a community of moms to talk to see what they needed, to show them what I know, and it was plugging along, and I would tell Julie, like, I only have this many people and nobody responds, but she was like, just be consistent, just be consistent. So I said, okay, I'm gonna be consistent. So I would post in the group every Monday, every Wednesday without fail. Then I started doing YouTube videos, and I'm not a tech person. Let me just say that.
Right.
I am not techie. I'm not a youngster either. And so
I know you don't know that by looking at her, but it's true.
I said my son is 26.
Okay, right.
So I had to learn how to do videos. I had to learn how to edit videos. I had to get a YouTube channel and post those videos. And that took a lot of work. And I was posting to crickets over and over and over and over. But I was still here. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Keep your word to yourself. And I'm a big, that really hits me because I am a big person on my word. So I realized, okay, if I say I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it. So I posted this Facebook group for 6 months, just kind of slowly grew. And about a week ago, I had about 130 people in that Facebook group. As of today, I have 4.5 thousand people in the Facebook group, and I have 1,500 other people waiting to be approved right now because there's a process that I have for approval. But what happened was that I did a reel on Instagram, and it went viral. And I didn't even really, I know what viral is. I'm not gonna say I didn't know what it was, but I didn't really know the impact.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that I think with viral, I thought, okay, yeah, we'll get a bunch of people that like it, a bunch of people, a bunch of awareness, a bunch of eyeballs on your stuff, and then it goes away. But that's not the case. As we speak now, I'm still getting more followers and more followers and more followers. I went from, as of last Friday, I went from 400 subscribers on Instagram to today, a week later, I have over 25,000.
That's absolutely crazy.
That's 20,000 new followers. And my target audience. This is not just followers just because they think I'm pretty. These are even
Although
though
she is.
Not today. But yeah, these are people who really want to hear my message and want more of what I'm sharing. And so over 20,000 followers just in a week. And I know that is because my message is clear, I have the clarity, and I'm not afraid to step out and take a stand on what is right, or what I feel is right, or what I want to see transform our life, what I want to see or how our lives to be transformed. So I took a stand on that, made this reel about it, and it's been really resonating with a lot of people. People now from all over the world are messaging me. I'm getting emails and direct messages from people in Nigeria and Australia and the UK and India asking me if they can hire me right now, asking me can they consult with me. They have questions. They're telling me this is great stuff. Nobody's talking about it the way you are. Your content is amazing. And I'm just, she's seen it because we've been here together, and I'm showing, I'm like, Julie, look what they're saying. They're saying this about me. But that is just a testament to how powerful what we have really is. And how when we don't fight through the obstacles, or we are afraid of stepping out and taking a stance and being who we are and showing our strengths, when we don't do those things, we're really robbing the world of what we have. And this is such a testament to that. I'm so grateful for this class, this mastermind, all that you do, all the work that you do, how you give and how you love and how you share. I really am, because there's nothing really like it. We are surrounded by so many women who are very high-powered, intelligent, strong, type A personality women. But then yet they're loving and caring and giving, and they encourage each other and build each other up, and it's no competition. And that, you don't get that a lot.
That's right. I
didn't have that a lot, and I really needed that. I needed a tribe of women that were like me, building me up and us working together. And so I didn't mean to go all there.
No,
but
it's all good. It's all good. I really want the listeners to hear, how does this magic happen? And one of the main things she mentioned, and I want you to hear that if you're listening, is that there's something buried inside you. We often say the world needs what you have. And without you, it will never come out. It will, the movement, the help, the solution, because your vision is the answer to someone else's prayer. Your vision is the solution to someone else's problem. And so what Dee did is just illustrate for us so beautifully that what's inside of her is the solution to many people's problems right now. The answer to many prayers, which now, quite honestly, as she's very boldly putting it out and faithfully putting it out, people are telling her that. And so it's in you. It's in Dee, it's in me. That's what Live Your Vision was. It was just me boldly stepping forward to be able to, you know, go where God's calling me and be the solution that I feel like He's asking of me. And you know what? That's what people tell me. So we know it's not just us. We're not special in that way. We're just willing, to be honest. And so I just was thrilled to be able to share Dee with you today because it's been a ride. It's been an incredible ride because, as she said, she didn't start out off very encouraged. And it was as she stayed the course and stayed the line, you know, kept the line. She didn't give up, like she said. The resistance didn't cause her to change courses. She stayed with it and saw that the opportunity came out of that obstacle. And so now, as a result, she has so many things going on. And in order for her to meet the needs of answer the questions of so many, she's going to be actually so generously putting together some of her own private content to be hosting for free. You can go ahead and share.
Yeah, but I forgot too that during this week I've been asked to be on Sirius XM.
I know, it just continues.
Yeah,
the craziness continues.
Sirius XM Radio to be a guest on one of the shows, and that is a national radio platform that I was just blown away, and so that's happened this week. But yes, I am, what Julie was alluding to, we'll be having a workshop, a free workshop for parents to discuss my my program and discuss how I can help them understand how digital programming can be harmful and how they can understand how to be more connected with their family, how to forge better digital decisions, how to make better digital decisions. So I'll be having a workshop in about a couple of weeks, in the middle of August. You can join my Facebook group at Intentionally Connected Parenting on Facebook, and I am on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok at Spirit Speech Consulting. So Intentionally Connected Parenting is the Facebook group. Spirit Speech Consulting is my company. But you can reach me on those platforms to get more information about the workshop. It's going to be in the middle of August, but it will provide more tools and understanding of what we're talking about today, how we can help parents.
Let me ask you, who would need this workshop? If you're noticing things like,
tantrums, you're having problems with your child who's throwing tantrums, you feel like your child is watching too much TV, when you turn it off, they're just falling out. You are busy and feeling guilty that you're not giving more to your child than you want to, but you're working a 9 to 5 and have to come home and make dinner and then have to put them to bed, and you're feeling guilty as a parent. You don't really know what you don't know, and you just need more tools to be able to to make better decisions. If you need to know how to build language skills or want to understand how to get your child to talk more, if your child has some different disorders, maybe on the spectrum, maybe behavioral disorders like ADHD, then this is for you also. It's just basically to help you understand the power of connection. And when we're on our phone, even as parents, that connection is being broken. Now, not to say you can't ever be on your phone. That's not what this is about. But it's to also shine a light on how much you may be on your phone and you may not realize it, or how much you may be disconnecting and may not realize it. And your child growing up, a young, developing brain, how harmful that can be. But also to have a community of other moms that are in the same place too, where we are learning and growing together. So that's what this is going to be creating.
So essentially what you hear Dee saying is she's really looking to change the parenting/education way we do things. In this current reality, that is so needed. We need a movement. We need to learn how, as parents, to work with technology. And I am so grateful that you've taken this on. I wish I had had you when my kids were younger. It wasn't as bad when they were younger because we didn't have iPhones until they were probably in their mid years. But I don't know what to do with it when they did get an iPhone. So I wish you'd have been there for me as well. But I want to invite any of you that have any kind of parenting questions regarding technology and how to deal with it to join Dee's Facebook group, to follow her on Instagram, to check her out on YouTube, and really to see how you can connect better with your child. These these are precious moments, and we know that. I have my daughter actually here at the LYV7 graduation with me. She's a participant. She just finished graduating herself. So to be connected to her in such an amazing way has been my lifelong heart's desire. So let Dee help you. If that's what you desire to be connected to your child in such a healthy way, let her help you. And thank you so much for joining us here on our Vision Talk from Live Your Vision Live. Really, we call it the live because it is. It's really a live setting, complete with noises and distractions and all. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Please check out Dee and Spirit Speech Consulting and Intentionally Connected Parenting. We are thrilled that you can join us and live your vision to be able to see what's in you and to know what that vision is that is the answer to someone else's prayer. Thanks for joining us.